This video could be the difference between you having $2.4 million in your bank account when you retire versus you having $708,000 in your bank account when you retire. The information in this video can set you up for success and make you aware of some of the pitfalls that a lot of teenagers fall into. I am 19 and I have made my fair share of financial mistakes, so all of the stuff in this video is coming from personal experience. The first biggest financial mistake that you can make is not starting a Roth IRA when you turn 16 or 18. A Roth IRA is a retirement account that can make you millions of dollars tax-free. For example, if you started investing in a Roth IRA at 18 and retired at 65, you would have $2.11 million in your retirement account, versus if you didn't put that money in a Roth IRA, you would only have $240,000 in a normal savings account. Of that 2.11 million, 123 million of that is tax savings that you can only get in a Roth IRA. And the reason the Roth IRA is able to save you so much money is because you do not have to pay taxes on that money when you take it out after 59 and a half. Think of a Roth IRA like a bubble. In this bubble, you can trade stocks and other securities. Once your money is in that bubble, then the IRS cannot touch it. This makes it so you can avoid paying taxes on the money. The maximum amount of money that you can put into this Roth IRA every year is $6,000. Now, I get it, a lot of teenagers will not be able to afford that. Honestly, just contribute however much you can. The reason why you want to start at 18 is because of a principle called compound interest. When you invest money into a Roth IRA or anything that gains interest, that money that you originally put in will gain interest. So basically, your money will make you more money. And then the interest will make you even more money because that interest has interest on it. And over time, this can build up to make you a lot of money. So basically, your money makes you more money, and then the more money that your original money made you makes even more money, and so on and so on. This will grow your money slowly in the beginning, but over time it will exponentially go up. Taking a look at this graph, if you start investing at 18, you'll get that huge spike at the end. But if you started investing at 30 or 40, you'll land somewhere in the middle when you retire. The returns at 30 and 40 are pretty mediocre, but if you start at 18 and you hit that spike at the very end, then your returns are just crazy. So the sooner you start, the better. Before the illness happened, I even went out and got a part-time job because I just wanted to max out my Roth IRA. And so basically all the money I made from that job, I just threw it right into the Roth IRA because I know that will make me insanely wealthy in the future. Now, to open a Roth IRA, you have to be 18, but if you're 16 or 17, you can open something called a custodial Roth IRA. And this is basically a Roth IRA just like with your parents. When you turn 18, you'll have full control over this account and it'll become a normal Roth IRA. If you want to learn more about Roth IRAs, I have a whole video dedicated to Roth IRAs and how you can start one. This is one of the best ways to set yourself up for the future, and you can create wealth that will be passed down for generations. Number 2 is getting an expensive car, especially leasing an expensive car. Just because your part-time job can cover your payments does not mean that you should buy it. I definitely fell into this trap when I leased a 2010 Audi A4 as a sophomore in high school. My job at the time covered my car's payments and I could pay for pretty much everything on the car by myself. However, this car soon turned into a nightmare. Expensive cars come with expensive repairs. That Audi cost me about $1,000 a month in repairs. This went on for about a year and I eventually had to sell the car after it depleted all my savings. I barely escaped with no debt because the car had depreciated 50% since I bought it the year before. Expensive cars are just not a good idea if you're in high school, even if you think you can afford it. You'd be much better off putting that money that you could use to buy the expensive car towards a business or investing in yourself. Most cars depreciate. This means that they lose value over time. And with expensive cars, this depreciation can be really high. Going with a cheaper car can help you slow down this depreciation so that your car does not lose much value. One of the worst things that you can do as a teenager is take out a car loan. Loans have interest rates, so you will be paying more for the car by leasing it than you would if you just bought it in cash. And as a teenager, you are much better off just buying in cash something that you can afford. This way you don't even have to worry about monthly payments. If you're really into like tinkering with cars or going to car meets, you can still find great cars that'll satisfy your car needs. If you want a sports car that will hold its value, I would recommend you get like a 2000s Mustang, a Miata, something like that, a 350Z. These are all great cars and you can have so much fun with each of them, but they won't put you in crippling debt. So I just told you not to buy an expensive car, but number 3 is not taking enough risk. Do I regret taking the risk of buying that expensive car? Absolutely not. Getting that car and barely escaping from it taught me so many great lessons about money that I would not have learned until probably later on in life. When you're a teenager, you most likely do not have many people relying on you, so now is the perfect time to take risks. Whether that risk be starting a business or moving across the country. So what if your business goes bankrupt? You've gained so much knowledge that you can use on your next business and make it even better. When you are older and have a wife and kids, you can't really take that chance of having your business go bankrupt. You'll have to get a steady job. So right now is the perfect time to take some risks. Chase your passion. Start a YouTube channel, go to art school. So what if it goes wrong? You'll just end up in the same place where you started, knowing that you've already attempted to achieve your dreams. Money mistake number 4 is getting a tedious job. This is any job that you get for the sole purpose of making money. As a teenager, you do not need a lot of money. So don't just search for the highest paying job out there. You should be looking for a job that'll take you closer to your long-term goals. If you want to be a photographer, do not go get a job at Wendy's. Get a job at your local photo store. When you get a job that aligns with your goals, it'll open up doors that you did not even know were there. For example, let's take the camera store. It's an average Saturday and a random customer walks in. You start chatting and it turns out he's a photographer for National Geographic. You get his number and boom. You've made a new connection that will help you in the future. If you are on a more traditional career path, then you might have to settle for an internship for some of those, finance jobs or banking jobs. But I guarantee that internship will help you much more than like the minimum wage you'd be working for at Wendy's. Time is our most valuable resource, and while we're young, we should be using it wisely to set ourselves up for freedom in the future. The last money mistake on this list is not opening a credit card. Make sure to do this as soon as possible. Having a credit card will allow you to start building your credit history, which then allows you to get cheaper loans on stuff in the future. Yeah, I know I said loans are bad, but in the future, you can learn how to leverage low interest rate loans to make you money. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole in this video, but if you wanna see a video about how to leverage loans, then let me know in the comments below. Having a great credit score allows you to save money on loans for cars, houses, or anything else that requires a loan. Starting with credit cards early also allows you to start climbing up the credit card ladder as soon as possible. Now, what is the credit card ladder? Well, the credit card ladder has 3 tiers. You start with tier 1 cards and then move your way up to tier 2 and then move your way up to tier 3. The higher tier cards offer rewards such as free flights and free hotels. Because I started building my credit at 18, I will never have to pay for a flight again. Now, I just made a whole video on how to leverage credit cards for free travel, so I'll link that down in the description, as well as linking my top 5 credit cards for beginners. Overall, you should start building your credit as soon as possible so you can take advantage of these crazy credit card rewards. Just make sure to always pay off your credit card in full each month and never miss a payment. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope this video brought you some value and taught you something new about money. If you want to learn more about how to make and save money, then I recommend you follow along with this channel by subscribing. If you have any questions at all about anything in this video, make sure to leave a comment below and I will answer that for you. Thank you all and have a great day.